Have you ever noticed how a single morning can shape your entire day? Before the world demands your attention, before your phone fills your mind with noise, before responsibilities begin pulling you in every direction, there is a quiet moment, a moment that belongs entirely to you. Most people never realize how powerful that moment truly is. They wake up already overwhelmed. Their first instinct is to check notifications, scroll through social media, or immediately worry about everything waiting for them. Without realizing it, they surrender control of their mind before the day has even begun. The Stoics believed this was one of the greatest mistakes a person could make. Marcus Aurelius, one of history's greatest philosophers and emperors, understood something that most people still struggle to grasp today. Your greatest battle is never against the world. It is against your own thoughts. Every sunrise offers something priceless, a chance to begin again. Not because yesterday no longer matters, but because today gives you another opportunity to become the person you are capable of becoming. The quality of your life is not determined by what happens around you. It is determined by the state of your mind before anything happens. Today, you will discover 7 powerful Stoic morning habits that can completely transform the way you experience life. These aren't productivity hacks. They aren't motivational tricks. They are timeless principles that have guided emperors, philosophers, warriors, and ordinary people through some of life's greatest challenges for over 2,000 years. If you truly embrace these habits, your mornings will never be the same. And eventually, neither will your life. Habit 1. Remember that your time is limited. Every morning begins with an invisible gift: time. It is the only currency every human being receives equally. The richest billionaire cannot buy more of it. The strongest athlete cannot outrun it. The wisest philosopher cannot stop it. Yet most people spend it as if they have an endless supply. The Stoics practice something called memento mori. Remember that you will die. At first, these words may sound dark, but they are actually incredibly liberating. When you accept that life is temporary, something extraordinary happens. Petty arguments lose their importance. Jealousy begins to fade. Fear starts losing its grip. You stop postponing your dreams. You stop waiting for the perfect moment. Because suddenly, today matters. Imagine standing on a mountain overlooking the world. Cities rise and fall. Empires appear and disappear. Generations come and go like waves upon the ocean. Now imagine your own life. Compared to the history of the universe, your existence is only a heartbeat. Does that make your life meaningless? Quite the opposite. It makes every single day infinitely valuable. Every sunrise becomes an opportunity. Every conversation becomes precious. Every smile carries more weight. The Stoics never reflected on death to become pessimistic. They reflected on death to become fully alive. When you wake tomorrow morning, ask yourself one simple question. If today were my final day, what truly deserves my attention? That single question has the power to reorder your priorities. Because when you stop assuming you have forever, you finally begin living today. Habit 2. Win the battle before the world wakes up. There is a reason why mornings feel different. The world is still quiet. The distractions have not yet arrived. Your mind is like a calm lake before the winds begin to blow. Most people waste this rare opportunity. They allow social media to become the first voice they hear. They consume other people's opinions before forming their own. Without realizing it, they become reactive instead of intentional. The Stoics believed your first conversation every morning should not be with the internet. It should be with yourself. Marcus Aurelius filled entire journals with private reflections. not because he intended anyone else to read them, but because writing helped him govern his own mind. Imagine emptying your thoughts onto paper. Your fears, your hopes, your frustrations, your gratitude. Instead of allowing emotions to swirl endlessly inside your head, you give them shape. You transform confusion into clarity, questions into answers, chaos into direction. Ask yourself, what am I grateful for today? What challenge might I face? How do I want to respond when difficulties appear? What kind of person do I choose to become today? Notice something remarkable. None of these questions depend on circumstances. They depend only on you. And that is exactly where true freedom begins. Because the Stoics understood a simple truth. Life rarely becomes easier, but your ability to face it can become infinitely stronger. Every morning you spend 5 or 10 minutes reflecting. You strengthen something invisible: your character, your resilience, your ability to remain calm when everyone else loses control. This quiet conversation with yourself becomes your foundation, and buildings with strong foundations survive even the fiercest storms. Habit 3. Focus on character, not achievement. Modern society teaches us to chase goals endlessly. More money, more success, more recognition, more followers, more approval. But there is a hidden danger. When your happiness depends entirely on achieving external goals, you place your peace into circumstances you cannot fully control. The Stoics saw life differently. Instead of asking, "What do I want to accomplish today?" they asked, "Who do I want to become today?" Do you want to become patient, kind, disciplined, courageous, wise? These qualities cannot be taken away by failure. They cannot disappear because someone criticizes you. They belong entirely to your character. Imagine two people facing the exact same obstacle. One becomes angry. The other becomes stronger. The obstacle was identical. The difference was internal. Every morning before thinking about your schedule, choose one virtue you want to practice. Perhaps today you choose patience. That means traffic becomes your teacher. Long lines become your teacher. Difficult people become your teacher. Instead of seeing problems, you begin seeing opportunities to strengthen your character. Suddenly, nothing is wasted. Every challenge becomes part of your training. And that is one of the greatest Stoic secrets. Life is not happening against you. It is happening for your development. Habit 4. Choose voluntary discomfort before life chooses it for you. There is something fascinating about modern life. We spend enormous amounts of energy trying to make everything easier. Softer beds, faster cars, instant entertainment, endless comfort. At first glance, this seems like progress. But the Stoics warned that comfort, when pursued without limits, quietly weakens the human spirit. Think about it. A muscle that is never challenged becomes weaker. A mind that never faces difficulty becomes fragile. A heart that never experiences adversity struggles to appreciate peace. Seneca often practiced voluntary discomfort, not because he enjoyed suffering, but because he refused to become dependent on comfort. He deliberately reminded himself that true strength comes from within, not from perfect circumstances. Ask yourself this question: if everything comfortable disappeared tomorrow, would you still recognize yourself? Would your confidence remain? Would your peace survive? Or has your happiness slowly become attached to things you cannot truly control? Every morning offers a chance to train this inner strength. It doesn't require climbing mountains or running marathons. Sometimes it begins with something surprisingly simple. Take a cold shower. Walk instead of driving. Skip unnecessary luxuries for a day. Wake up 30 minutes earlier than you have to. Sit quietly without reaching for your phone. These small choices may seem insignificant, but every time you willingly embrace discomfort, you send a powerful message to your mind. I am stronger than my impulses. Over time, something remarkable begins to happen. Unexpected challenges stop feeling like disasters. You become calmer during uncertainty. You become more patient during hardship, more resilient during failure. Life has not become easier. You have become stronger. And once that happens, very little can shake you. Habit 5. Master the present moment. Have you ever noticed how rarely people are truly present? They are eating dinner while thinking about work, driving while replaying yesterday's argument, walking through beautiful places while staring at a screen. Their body exists here. Their mind exists somewhere else. The Stoics understood that peace can never be found in a future that hasn't arrived, or in a past that no longer exists. Peace only lives here, right now. This very breath, this very heartbeat, this very moment. Epictetus taught that we suffer far more from our imagination than from reality itself. Think about how much emotional energy is wasted every day, worrying about conversations that never happen, creating imaginary arguments, predicting disasters that never arrive. The mind becomes its own prison, but awareness is the key that unlocks the door. Tomorrow morning, before speaking to anyone, before opening your laptop, before checking a single notification, pause. Take one slow breath, then another. Notice the air filling your lungs. Notice the warmth of the morning light. Notice the silence before the world begins to move. Nothing extraordinary has happened, and yet everything has changed. Because for one brief moment, you are completely alive. Mindfulness is not about escaping life. It is about finally experiencing it. When your attention returns to the present, fear loses much of its power. Anxiety begins to dissolve. Your reactions become choices instead of habits. Imagine standing in the center of a violent storm. The winds rage around you. Rain crashes from every direction. But deep inside the storm, there is absolute stillness. The Stoics believe that every human being carries that same center of stillness within themselves. Most people simply never learn how to find it. Habit 6. Feed your mind before the world feeds it. Every day your mind is being shaped, whether you realize it or not. Every headline, every conversation, every video, every opinion, every piece of information becomes another brick in the foundation of your thinking. The question is, who is building your mind? You or everyone else? Marcus Aurelius returned to wisdom every single day, not because he lacked intelligence, but because he understood something profound. Knowledge fades, discipline fades, perspective fades. Without constant renewal, even wisdom slowly disappears. That is why your morning should begin by feeding your mind with something timeless. Read a page from Marcus Aurelius, read Seneca, read Epictetus, or simply spend 5 quiet minutes reflecting on one meaningful idea. Not 10 ideas, not 20. One. Because one deeply understood principle is infinitely more valuable than 100 forgotten quotes. Ask yourself, how can I apply this today? Maybe today's lesson is patience. Wonderful. Life will almost certainly provide opportunities to practice it. Maybe today's lesson is courage. Then fear becomes your classroom. Perhaps today's lesson is forgiveness. Now every difficult person becomes a teacher. Suddenly, nothing that happens during the day feels random anymore. Every event becomes practice. Every conversation becomes training. Every obstacle becomes another chance to strengthen your character. This is why Stoicism is not merely philosophy. It is a way of living. Wisdom means very little if it never changes the way you behave. Real learning begins the moment knowledge becomes action. And action, repeated consistently, eventually becomes identity. One day, people will describe you as calm, disciplined, confident, not because you were born that way, but because you practiced becoming that person every single morning. Habit 7. Love your fate. There is one Stoic principle that has the power to change the way you see every challenge for the rest of your life. It is called amor fati. Love your fate. Not tolerate it, not survive it. Love it. At first, this sounds almost impossible. How can anyone love failure? How can someone embrace rejection, betrayal, heartbreak, illness, or loss? The Stoics never claimed these experiences were pleasant. They understood something much deeper. Every painful moment carries within it the possibility of transformation. Think back to the hardest season of your life, the moment that almost broke you, the day everything fell apart. At the time, it probably felt unfair. You questioned why it happened. You searched for answers. You wished reality had chosen someone else. But look at yourself now. You survived. More than that, you changed. Pain taught you lessons comfort never could. Failure forced you to grow in ways success never demanded. Loneliness introduced you to yourself. Disappointment revealed who truly belonged in your life. What once felt like destruction quietly became reconstruction. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Those words contain an extraordinary truth. The obstacle is not standing between you and your future. The obstacle is building your future. Every setback becomes another brick. Every disappointment becomes another lesson. Every difficult person becomes another teacher. The strongest oak tree did not grow in perfect weather. It grew because it endured countless storms. The same is true for you. Tomorrow morning, before you leave your home, pause for just a moment. Instead of asking, "What if today goes wrong?" ask yourself, "What if everything that happens today is exactly what I need to become the person I'm meant to become?" Imagine living with that perspective. Traffic no longer steals your peace. Criticism no longer defines your worth. Unexpected problems no longer destroy your mood. Because every event has become part of your training. Life stops happening to you. It begins happening for you. That is amor fati, the invisible difference between successful and peaceful people. Many people spend their entire lives chasing success, a better career, a bigger house, more recognition, more money. And there is nothing wrong with ambition, but there is a hidden danger. Success without inner peace eventually feels empty. The Stoics understood that the greatest victory is not over other people. It is over yourself. Anyone can appear confident when life is easy. Anyone can smile when everything goes according to plan. But what happens when everything falls apart? That is where character is revealed. Your morning routine is not about becoming more productive. It is not about checking boxes. It is not about creating the perfect schedule. It's about creating the kind of mind that remains calm, regardless of what the day brings. Imagine two people walking into the exact same difficult day. Both receive criticism. Both experience delays. Both face disappointment. One becomes angry, complains, blames everyone around them, carries frustration home. The other takes a deep breath, accepts reality, responds with wisdom, learns, continues moving forward. The circumstances were identical. The outcome was completely different. Why? Because one person mastered the world, the other mastered themselves. And self-mastery will always be the greater achievement. Your morning creates your future. People often believe that extraordinary lives are built through extraordinary moments. The truth is much simpler. Extraordinary lives are built through ordinary mornings repeated consistently. Every sunrise gives you another chance, another decision, another beginning. Character is never created in a single day. It is carved slowly, choice by choice, habit by habit, morning by morning. Imagine yourself 1 year from today. Imagine waking up without anxiety controlling your first thoughts. Imagine responding to stress with clarity instead of panic. Imagine becoming the calmest person in every room you enter. Imagine carrying a quiet confidence that doesn't need validation. Not because life suddenly became perfect, but because you became stronger than your circumstances. That transformation begins long before anyone notices. It begins in silence. It begins while the rest of the world is still asleep. It begins with one decision: to own your morning instead of allowing your morning to own you. A final reflection. Marcus Aurelius once reminded himself every morning that he would meet people who were selfish, arrogant, dishonest, ungrateful. Yet he also reminded himself that none of them possessed the power to corrupt his own character unless he allowed it. Think about that. The greatest threat to your peace has never been other people. It has never been bad luck. It has never been difficult circumstances. The greatest threat has always been forgetting who you choose to become. Every morning you have two choices. You can wake up reacting to the world, or you can wake up creating yourself. The first path is easy. Almost everyone follows it. The second path requires discipline, awareness, patience, courage. But it leads somewhere extraordinary. It leads to freedom, not the freedom to control life, but the freedom to remain unshaken by it. And perhaps that is the greatest victory any human being can ever achieve. Closing. Tomorrow morning, before you reach for your phone, before the noise begins, before the world asks anything of you, take one slow breath. Remember how precious it is to be alive. Remember that your thoughts will shape your reality. Remember that your character matters more than your circumstances. And remember that every sunrise is quietly asking you the same question: who will you choose to become today? Because your future is not created by one extraordinary decision. It is created by thousands of ordinary mornings lived with extraordinary intention. If this message resonated with you, Take a moment to reflect on which of these 7 habits you will begin practicing tomorrow morning. Sometimes the smallest decision becomes the beginning of an entirely different life. Until next time, guard your mind, strengthen your character, and let every sunrise become a reminder that the greatest masterpiece you will ever create is yourself.